Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series reviews I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I got this and one more thing to review, and then I'm done reviewing stuff for a day. I needed to review a bunch of stuff because my backlog was getting a little bit light, and I was like, just review stuff, Brandon, just do it. I didn't even go home. I went over there, I'm doing this in a parking lot because it's like, no, if you go home, you're going to just go in your house, and you're not going to review stuff. So, anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is definitely the case today. I went over there, got off of work, went out and bought some supplies at the supermarket. After I was done, I was like, you know what? I could use a little gas. So I went to the Speedway, popped inside. I always like to check around when I go to gas stations. People ask me sometimes, like, where do you find all this stuff to review? Supermarkets and gas stations, like 90% of it. Some of it is like specialty stuff, and like some of it is, other places, but like 90% of it is just I just pay attention when I go into gas stations and supermarkets. But anyway, I found an item that was from a familiar brand, and I figured, what the fuck, I'll review it. So, what am I reviewing for you today, folks? Well, it's from Lenny and Larry's again. Boom! It's Lenny's and Larry's dipped wafer. It is the crispalicious power of Lenny and Larry's. This is their peanut butter cup flavored dipped wafer. I don't know if they have any others. I've reviewed stuff from Lenny and Larry's before, mostly cookies. They make like protein cookies and stuff like that are like healthy-ish, I guess. I've reviewed a few of those, and this is the first time I've seen them in this format. So, yes. Let's get a thing for the thing. Can we get a thing for the thing? I think we can get a thing for the thing. Maybe? Ha 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 ha! Sure. Let's give it a go. It's 300 calories. How much sugar do you have? 2 grams of sugar, plus 1 gram of added sugar. Okay, it's not too bad. Hopefully this will be good. If it's not, I will stalk and... Well, I won't kill, but I might mildly harass Lenny and Larry, but probably not. They're probably good guys. And I don't want to do that based off a single dipped wafer bar. Let's give it a go. Don't stalk people. Just don't. It's like a Nutty Buddy. Ah! But not quite as good. Definitely not quite as good. Yeah, okay. My brain, man, I was so happy for a second. My brain was like, holy shit, are we eating a Nutty Buddy? Man, like I haven't had one of those in a while. They're delicious and fantastic. They used to sell knockoff ones at the kiosk at my work. And they went over there. I think we have the same distributor, but they went over there and they changed up the stuff that we got. And those didn't make the cut for whatever reason, even though they always sold out. Which pissed me the hell off. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like the crispy wafer. You got the nice peanut butter hit with the chocolate. For maybe about 2 to 3 seconds, my brain was convinced I was just eating not Nutty Buddy. Something, yeah. Then the rest of it kicked in, and it wasn't very nice. Definitely it was like, oh, look, it's protein, 17 grams worth. Ugh. Protein doesn't taste good. Which is like, yeah, like protein is in lots of things that taste good, but just when you try to I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm not huge on this. No. It also feels drier than like a Nutter Butter. Or Nutty Buddy or what the fuck ever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no. It's good for like the first like quarter of the flavor. Then it starts to get a little bit shitty and dry. Then it's like when the protein aspect really starts to hit him. And it's just a weird flavor, man. Like it doesn't mesh with things properly, you know? Like it's like, yeah, chocolate and peanut butter are great, but you cram a bunch of protein crap in there. You're not fooling me, Lenny and Larry, okay? You're not. Yeah. I mean, look, I understand fully I'm not the market for this. Like, the only way I'm probably going to go over there and buy one of these, just because, is if I mistake it for, like, an actual candy bar. I know who I am. But, at the same time, like, I still try to review these products, because I know that other people do, you know, they want to know about them and stuff. And so I try to be, you know, objective about it. Like, I try to be, you know, fair in my assessment. Is it horrible? No. Is it particularly good? No. It's passable, I guess, but, like, it's also just not very pleasant. What makes it even kind of worse for me, though, is because it has that similarity to something that I already really like. My brain is, like I said, it gets tricked, and it's like, oh man, yes, this is good, and then it's just sorrow, you know. It's a bad time. You know, it's like if you were going to watch like one of your favorite movies, you know, like for me, The Thing, the John Carpenter version. I love that movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's one of the best movies ever made. And it's like I went to go to like a special screening of the theater. I have seen the theater, by the way. And it's like going to see that, and then like 15 minutes in, I realized that it's like the 2011 version of The Thing, which was a prequel, and then I'm just sad. And it would be worse than if I just sat down and decided to watch the 2011 thing, because at least I know going into it, like, all right, I'm not going to like this very much because I saw that in theaters also. That's what this is. It's like, it's just the added disappointment is what really I have to knock the extra points off for. I mean, it eats okay. It is, like I said, kind of dry. I don't know, man. I don't like it very much. I think that I like what they were doing with it. I think with some tweaking, maybe it could work. But I don't know, man. I think that protein aspect, it's still a bit too prominent. And again, you know what? If you're going to go over there and do it, don't try to mimic something else. You know, like, at least not that hard. Try to just have it be its own thing. That's my animal. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and kinda. For me, no. No, thank you. Just like the 2011 thing, I keep saying 2011, I think it's 2011. No, I didn't. I saw that movie in theaters with my dad. I did not like it very much. I thought there were some good ideas, but overall I felt that it was a pretty shitty movie. I think it made a lot of stupid mistakes, and I don't know why. And yes, I know people have said, oh, but, you know, they wanted to do practical effects, and the studios made them. That's very commendable, and they clearly put in a lot of work. That would not have fixed all the problems with that movie. There's a lot of issues with that movie. I'm just saying. But, yeah, there's just no reason for me to get... I don't like it very much. You know, if I wanted a protein thing, I think I would probably go with something else. If I'm recommending it, though, when it comes to, like, these protein bar things and stuff, it's like I'm kind of playing to 2 different audiences here. People like me who maybe just want to try it just to try it. I don't think you're going to be into it. I'm just tossing that out there. It's not a horrible product or anything, but just, yeah. If you're somebody who's already into, like, the protein stuff and everything, you're probably perfectly fine with that, like, sort of protein taste and, you know, that whole thing. In which case, it'd probably be fine for you. Again, I don't think it's a horrible thing. It's just, I just don't like it. But yeah. Anyway, The five things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly nutter butter-tastic rest of your life. Let's just do the real thing, okay? Let's just do the real thing. Just do the real thing, okay? Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and bullshit, especially when the 2011 thing exists. And it refuses to not. And every year that goes by, more people who watch that version end up intermingling with the people who enjoy the John Carpenter version. Don't even get me started on the black and white version. That has its own merits, to be fair. And every year, more and more people I gotta listen to it. Well, actually, the prequel, no. If you want me to just completely ignore you, just go ahead. There are a lot of things I'm more than willing to have a nice discourse with, things that maybe I don't agree with. I'm not saying there aren't good things about it, but I've listened to people try to defend that trash heap of a movie. No. There are fundamental problems with that movie. I'm just going on a weird thing. Anyway. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. As long as it's the Kurt Russell version of the movie. To be fair, if you enjoy the original version of the thing, whether you enjoy the novel, whether you enjoy the well, it's more a short story. You can enjoy the PS2 game, even if you enjoy the 2011. That's fair enough. The Kurt Russell one's the best one. It just is. It's objectively the best one. It's just better. Sorry. Some things I'm willing to budge on. This one, line in the sand. Anyway, bye.